teeth go in an angle, it's because I used to bite my nails on that side. See how they go at an angle? I think it's cute. It makes me me. Y'all, we need to talk because I just found something pretty interesting on the internet. I'm going to start from the beginning, but let me grab a spoon so I can eat my yogurt. I'm going to crack this window a little bit. It's kind of cooling off now. That Rice Krispie treat was good. I don't know why I've been in like the moods for junk, but I'm glad that I am eating. That way at least my sugar level's not low and I don't feel like crap. This is a, I don't know, yogurt. It's good. Really good. So I found this feed, and the question was, am I the only one struggling to find work? I'm not going to read all of this. This was a year ago, but just wait for it because it's being updated up until recently. So somebody said, Jedi for hire. The job market right now is generally pretty terrible. There are more job seekers than there are jobs right now. I had a former teacher and HR professional comment earlier this year how a few years ago, her employer might get 20 to 60 applicants for a position, but now they're commonly getting 10 times that or more. Ironically, I have heard this from strip clubs to bar positions. I've heard this. When I've gotten hired recently at strip clubs, they tell me that I need to be grateful that they hired me because they've had hundreds of other girls trying to dance there too. But also I've heard this from bars, restaurants. Normally I've heard a lot that they hired somebody before me. They'll tell me that they already found another candidate, like during the interview or before the interview even gets started. So this was a year ago. Listen to this. So it says the job report. This is a Pointinier Stick. He says the job report came out stronger than expected with over 330,000 new jobs in September. The market is on fire, or so that's what some subs say. I've asked where these jobs are, and they are either in one or two specific industries like healthcare, or they are lower paying crap jobs in manufacturing, retail, and hospitality. Personally, I have a job, but hold on, blah, 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 blah. Someone else commented and said the job report was not nearly as strong as it appears. Full-time workers, 22,000 a year. Part-time workers, 150. I don't know what this is about. Hold on one second, because it gets good down here. There's two guys that starts talking, and one guy is like about to lose his home. And then they check in with each other a couple of months later, and he did lose his home and become homeless. This guy, Miller Cod, said, I feel like I'm applying to be a CEO for freaking entry-level positions. You have to be absolutely perfect, sugarcoat everything, and go above and beyond. Someone pointed out if schools taught us how to be marketable, all it would do is raise the standards of employers. There aren't enough jobs going around, and definitely fewer that pay well. A couple of years ago, I got into jobs without even an interview. Me too. I used to just walk in and get hired. Not great jobs, same, but I just had to apply to like 30, and at least I'd eventually get a job or a few interviews. Now I'm expected to jump through thousands of hoops at the slightest hiccup could be a red flag that immediately ends their interest in me. Amen, brother. Like, yes, you said it perfectly. Wow. So this beautiful scheme 260, he said I'm going to cut the comments off since y'all don't know how to behave. Actually, I'm going to switch it to my members only. I forgot I can do that. Y'all really are like mental health problems. Y'all need Jesus. God damn it. Stop doing that. There it is. So, this guy shits and giggles says, I basically have 2 months before I lose everything. He said that he had done, what did he say? I have 10 years of experience in my field, so I generally get really good retention with employers when I apply. However, I could imagine someone with 3 years trying to apply for the same position. It must be terrible. And some other guy named Beautiful Scheme says, I have 10 to 15 years of my experience in my field, and I still can't find a job after 8 months. Let's not forget, I've been going through this for 2 years. Isn't it funny how it coincides with sorry, but Rebecca, I'm trying to switch it to members only because children keep coming in here running their fucking shit talkers. I really wish I could punch people like that in the face because they're pussies. They just cry and say, I'm the bad guy. It's fucking children. I don't understand why people give their children, their cell phones. Rebecca, do you know how to switch the comments? You go to participants and I see your name, but like, I don't understand. Usually it gives me an option to cut the comments off. I can switch them to my channel members only. Like, and you've got to be a channel member. Like, yeah. David's a pussy. How many pussies we got in here? Mike, David, a bunch of pussies, a bunch of men that I don't even want anywhere near me. Waste of human space. It shouldn't be this difficult. There's like only like 5 or 6 ways to There we go. I did it yesterday, and then today it's different. So this guy says that he has 10 to 15 years of experience in his field, and he still can't get a job after 8 months. Now, this was a year ago. However, 9 months ago, he said same here. 3 or 4 months after that, then Shits and Giggles says, I basically have 2 months left before I lose everything. Thank you. Project Sun. Hello. Trying to like your thing, but my computer won't let me. So sick of technology. Like, this other guy says a week or two here. He's saying, like, I have a week or two here before my shit is out on the street, before I'm homeless. Okay. He says, check is late from a gig and I can't pay rent. Unemployment says I got money. I didn't. That'll be a few weeks. Story of my life, right? Like I said, how many people owe me money right now? If I had the thousands of dollars that people owed me, I wouldn't even be in this financial situation. So this other person says, my unemployment just ended and I don't qualify for benefits. I'm only surviving because of my family right now. It's ridiculous. This guy says, yeah, I have enough unemployment payments to help us till the beginning of next year. That would be this year. Wife worked a part-time job to help. I worked one. Hold on. I don't know what he's saying. Wow. So he's saying that he works, his wife works, something happened, and he got unemployment. He says half of his bills are still not paid, yet right down the hall from his apartment, they have 10 kids, 2 cars, don't work. I don't get it. I want to work. I want to help others and learn to grow. It's not ridiculous. It's effing ridiculous. Try a food bank or dog bank if y'all have them. We go twice a month and get fresh vegetables brought in by the local farmer. Poor guy. He's saying that he wants to work and he can't find it. All of these are pertaining to people who cannot find work, that have been looking for months, years, weeks. Hold on one second. This is me. So this is Girls Fuck. This was 1 year ago. She says, same. I've been unemployed since July, have applied to at least 30 jobs every day, sometimes even more than 50, getting interviews here and there, but have yet to receive an actual offer. Someone else, Swole Walrus, says, I'm in your situation, applied for a job at the end of July, and I hopefully will start next week. But so many interviews and so many more applications, and honestly, some of them I don't buy that they're even hiring. They're not. When you interview for a management position in a niche field and they don't choose you and at least 5 or 6 other people after rounds of interviews then repost the job, are you even looking to fill the role? So this person is saying that they were in a special niche field. They were in a special field and they didn't choose them, but they also had 5 or 6 other people, rounds of interviews, and kept reposting the job, but they never would hire anybody. Wow, listen to this. This is Weary Refrigerator 56. This was 9 months ago. I recently had an interview and the hiring manager said it's been months and I really need some help. And I'm thinking, why has it been so hard to find someone? He said it's because he's picky. To make a long story short, I didn't get the job and it's been posted again. So someone says, borrowing air. Can you please help me understand how you are getting so many applications out every day? Because when you set up a account on Indeed, Snag a Job, Glassdoor, there's so many. I have 4 or 5 different ones, and I've been using Glassdoor religiously recently. I wasn't on it like 2 months ago. Now I'm using that more. I've implemented using that now even. And so Snag a Job and Indeed, Indeed, you put in all of your information. You can upload your resume. You can give all of your job history. Every job you've ever worked, you can put on there and attach it to your portfolio. When they are posting jobs in your area, you can go to apply. You can also hit quick apply. It automatically sends that whole resume and everything. Now it's going to ask you questions about that job. Like if the job is a bartending position, it's going to say, have you ever bartended before? Even though that's listed on my resume, the job has certain questions that it's going to ask you as part of their application process. So you're putting in the application by applying for the job, but you can get it done quicker because Indeed and Glassdoor, it's all right there compiled together, and it's a quick apply. And you can, if you start at 3 a.m. and go till 10 a.m., you can probably get in 30 applications a day. It's a full 7 hours. You could probably get in 50. It takes less than 15 minutes to do those applications on there because you've already uploaded all the information. And this person says, I can't find that many to apply to that are relevant to me. Here's the thing though. It doesn't matter. You need to just take any and every job posting there is. You need to apply for it, even if you've never done it before, because most of the time they're going to be fake job ads. We already know that they're doing this. They post fake job wanted ads. They absolutely do. And they do this sometimes to find better candidates for the position. They sometimes do this to find somebody that'll work for cheaper. They sometimes just do it to replace people. Or in my case, I swear that now people are starting to know who I am and they want to like know all my personal business. So they're just, yeah, let's do a video, a Zoom call at 2. And all they're talking about is my criminal record and asking me questions about it. And that's another thing. Y'all, people keep coming on here and telling me. So like I was saying, fill out every and any application because you never know who's going to call you back and actually give you a chance. And even if you've never stocked groceries at a grocery store before, it's not rocket science. You'll be able to do it as long as you have a little bit of common sense, okay? It'll be fine. So just apply to everything that you can. But also, what was I about to say? People come on here and they say, don't tell nobody you're a felon. Okay, well, listen, you might live your life dirty. I don't. I'm not going into a job and lying every day and smiling in somebody's face knowing that I'm lying to them. I can't do that because I have a conscience. And I operate under clean hands doctrines. So I'm not doing that. I'm not lying to an employer. And matter of fact, I went to Google just to check state law. And you absolutely have to disclose that to an employer. Now, whether or not they ask and you tell, that's one thing. Now, if they don't ask, then maybe some of y'all feel comfortable not telling. But here's the thing. They can come back at a later time and fire you for that. And matter of fact, I've had it happen. That's why it's better just to lead with honesty. Lead with honesty. And these are places like Waffle House and Walmart and give me a break. You would think half the people that work in there are felons, but they're not. There's this misconception that everybody hires felons. There's even businesses that say that they do, and it's a bold-faced damn lie. Yeah, they might have hired one. UPS, Amazon, who is it? UPS, they hire felons. Yeah, they might have hired, maybe out of their whole workforce, 1% is felon, okay? But at the end of the day, I still don't qualify. So, and they make it extremely hard to qualify if you're a felon. It's only certain felonies. If it's a violent offense, you ain't getting the job. And you need to be honest. Going around lying will come back to bite you in the ass. See, what I had happen was I was working at a restaurant with the ankle monitor on. I got out of prison. I had not told my employer that I was a felon because my girlfriend who helped me get the job told me not to tell them. So I didn't tell them, and I was later fired for that. I was later terminated because I did not tell them that I was a felon. And it came at the worst time. I lost my car, pretty much lost my home. Like, yeah. So this is why I can't go to work every day under a lie, because the unknown, knowing that I could get fired every time I step into work, is too stressful for me. I just like to live my life the right way, so I ain't got to stress about nothing. It's that simple. Do things the right way and you ain't got to worry. So Heavyweight LT says, you're not alone. I spent all day applying to jobs for the past 3.5 months and finally got an offer yesterday. What's funny was they rejected me 3 weeks ago, but the candidate reconsigned, I don't know, the offer. So they reached back out to me to see if I was still interested. Pay is still below what I used to make, but it's better than nothing. This was interesting. This was one of the ones I wanted to read. It said, this is Proper Craft. He says, nope, you're not the only one. I had 3 interviews for government jobs, no callback. What do I tell you guys? Half the time, they don't even give me a courtesy call. Applied for over 100 jobs with no callback. I'm about to apply at McDonald's at this point. Probably no callback. No, let me tell you, if you got a criminal record, baby, they gonna email you and tell you to stop applying. Stop applying. Okay. Yeah. So, and in a lot of places, they're not hiring people of certain races anymore. They're just not. I need to go find that story and show that to you guys, but there's a story behind that. That's why I keep talking about that. Let's see. I'm also a veteran with a degree and no callback. Shaking my head. So Striking Chard 9022, the original poster of this post, he says, I'm so sorry. This shit is so ridiculous. A veteran with a degree that can't even get a job. This country is something else. Yeah. Think about that. There's college kids getting out of college and freaking trying to find work. And you know what I mean? They have degrees. They're going to come before me. Wow, this one dude is in data analytics. He says he has plenty of experience in project management, web design, print design, graphic design, event and travel planning, and he can't find anything. He's been out of work since the end of March of 23. This is interesting. This Redditor says, no, you're not the only one. The job market is terrible right now, despite what the media keeps trying to push. I want to start throwing my application everywhere, like people mentioned in this sub, but I can't even find jobs to apply to. Peachy Pink said, same here, been applying to just about every stalker, rapper, and barista job in the area, avoiding Starbucks like the plague. And now I'm just seeing the same jobs reposted over and over again. I've noticed that too. I've applied to multiple jobs unknowingly that was the same position in the same store and didn't even realize it. And, you know, it's like, why y'all were just hiring and then you take the job ad down. Y'all interview me and then y'all put the job back up. But it was like weeks later too. So it's like they hired somebody and fired somebody really quick, or either they're posting fake job ads. And that's another thing. When I went into that place, it was where was it? It's in Winston-Salem. It's beside a laundromat. Where was that place? I went into this one place. This is the one I'm talking about with the fake job ad that I interviewed at. They were busy. They were busy as hell. They had more workers than they had customers. Don't make no damn sense. I think I got a zit coming up. Damn it. It's always something, ain't it? This guy, Vespa 11, Just got another job after looking for a year that pays peanuts. I have a master's degree. Somebody said crazy times. Somebody else said, my God. Oh, I'm so fucked. Okay, so this one was interesting. It says, after working for a company for a year and a half and getting my special certification for my job, they laid me off 2 weeks ago. I knew it was coming, so I've been applying to jobs since July, but I've only had 3 interviews. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It seems like there are so many technical writer and content writer jobs, but I don't get any bites on my resume or even cover letter. I'm so frustrated. I wish I could pay you because I need somebody to help me with that. I need somebody to do your job. I need you to do your job for me. I wish I could pay you. That's so sad. Let's see what the replies say if she found a job. Somebody commented and said, I've got a solution for everyone. Get a second PhD. Go in more financial debt. You get it? That's how I'm taking it. I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, definitely. That's how I'm taking it. You just need to go back to school and get more qualified. Try being 63 and being overqualified for the high percentage of jobs you apply for. Talk about banging your head against the wall. I had a phone screening yesterday for a job that is a perfect match based on my experience. I thought my interview went well, extremely well. My guess is that the hiring manager will look at my resume and figure out my age and cut me out from the second round of interviews. I'll see next week. Absolutely. The older you get, the harder it's going to be to get jobs. And when you reach 63, they're not reaching for your application. They're reaching for that 25-year-old's application. You're not green behind the ears either. So you're not going to take a pay that a 25-year-old will take either. Okay. Wow. Careful. This is Careful Librarian 2063. Wow, I'm in the exact same position as you. I'm extremely frustrated with the situation and literally just searched Reddit to see if anyone else was dealing with this crap that I'm dealing with. The job market is absolute crap. Explanation. I got laid off of my job as a legal assistant at a personal injury law firm a few weeks ago. And ever since, I have applied to so many damn jobs, I have zero luck. Had 2 interviews only, one with a place that wanted to hold on. One with a place that wanted to do an introductory, but had no spots available yet at this time. And the other was a great law firm, but they were so cold and rude and gave extremely difficult and absurd test role plays. I failed. I was nervous and didn't know the ridiculously specific medical terminology that they wanted. I felt so defeated, still do, but I'm still trying. Wow, poor librarian. I'm so sorry. They require so much damn experience, bachelor's degree, paralegal certification, 2 to 5 years of experience, usually 3, but I only have 1 to 5 years. I'm screwed. I hate my former employees screwing me over too. Damn, girl. You sound like a girl. I'm so sorry, honey. I wonder how much debt she's in from doing and getting all that certification and getting all those licenses. So this is truly Campbell Schatz. Turdy, hold on. I read it wrong. It's Turdy Campbell Schatz, like tomato soup. Y'all, did I lose you? So it is. Did you hear? She said she's screwed. She had all of this training. She says they require so much damn experience, bachelor's degree, paralegal certification, 2 to 5 years of experience, usually 3, but she only has 1.5. She says she hates her former employers. This is Turdy Campbell Schatz. They said Indeed is horrible. Indeed, like the search engine that I use, Indeed is horrible and posts jobs days after they're listed, I'm finding. Mm. So it was somebody called Stars Fall Over. HR is tough right now. You could try a contract position or staffing agency while you keep applying for regular positions. Sometimes temp jobs turn into regular ones too. Absolutely. Listen to this. I told y'all. Scam jobs. Listen. After this is yours truly 815. After reading almost all of these comments, it really made me feel a little better because I've been applying to so many different jobs these past few months. Some of them were scams, never called back, or get a rejection letter saying the position has been closed. Some of them were scams, he said. Never called back, like I said. I don't know. There was like one or two situations where they were like trying to talk me into spending money for uniforms or asking me if I would, and they were like hundreds of dollars. No, that sounds like a scam. And then you have to pay them over the phone with a card. Hell no, I ain't met you. You ain't even said you was gonna hire me. And you asking about my credit card, if I got a debit card, that was one of the first questions. Do you have for if we do hire you, can you pay for a uniform? Like, yeah, but like it was different than that, you guys. Like they wanted me to make a payment over the phone. Sounds like a damn scam. Somebody said wiry refrigerator. This is all right. So he was one of the ones back in the beginning that said that he couldn't find work. Now he's saying this is an updated version. He says I can't get a job shoveling shit. I would gladly take it at this point. I've never had such a hard time finding a job in my life. Bless Me Tonight said, I have a master's degree and speak 4 languages and I still can't find work. I've applied to like 50 companies and had tons of interviews, but at the end of the day, I'm always rejected. Chemical engineer here with 5 years experience. I used to design geothermal and nuclear power plants for a living once. Been working back and forth in warehouses for 8 years now. Sometimes I have those what the F am I doing with my life moments. So he went to school he's a chemical engineer and he's packing warehouses because it sounds like, I don't know, he didn't really specify. He doesn't seem like he's happy about it. Listen to this. This is Drachnos. I've been unemployed since July of 22. The job market is god awful. And going by the other comments, yeah, it's not looking very good. Even for people like me with next to no experience or job skills, it's absolute nightmare. And half since nobody wants to bother with training new hires to work properly. Amen. That's why when you go get fast food, everything's a conundrum. This is Demonify. Nope, I'm at 1,000 heading towards 2,000 job applications. What I say? 5,000 over here. I feel you, baby. You know, here's the thing. If I didn't have that felony, I probably would have had a job by now. But there's other people who are not even felons. I'm guessing that most of these people are not felons. Otherwise, they would say, hey, I'm a felon, blah, 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 blah. I would hope so. I would hope they would specify that. But this is a person that said they're heading towards almost 2,000 job applications. This person a year ago, Alistair Wolf, said, no, my boyfriend has been searching for 4 years since graduation too and still has no dice. It's taken a pretty big toll on his self-esteem and confidence. He's always willing to try something new, but he has not managed to secure a job. This person said borrowing air said, no, it's legit making me suicidal. Another person, the original OP Striking Chard 9022 said, honestly, this poverty shit is getting old. I'm tired of my family who all have jobs set in stone looking down on me for being such a bad mother for not providing. I'm trying to stay alive every day. That's what I'm doing at this point. My God. Lord, sorry, Striking Chard. That's the original poster asking, are these job problems like for real? Like, why can't I find a job? Is anybody else having these problems? So I'm going to skip ahead because, ooh, hold on. Here's a bankruptcy and somebody that lost their job. It says similar boat. This was 8 months ago. We're going to get to recent because there's recent. This is still recent. This is still going on. It just started a year ago when I kind of started my hardcore job search and I started saying there's a job shortage. So it coincides with me not being able to find work the past year. This person called iSlurry. Similar boat. My company went under at random to the employees. My company went under random to the employees, but higher management saw it incoming and just didn't tell us the last week. We got let go early October. I've been applying everywhere and gotten little to no response anywhere. I had to cut my losses and move in with my dad and my younger sister. So I lost my own apartment. It's been hard and discouraging. I'm so sorry, buddy. Who's your daddy says, I'm currently trying to keep my boyfriend from ending himself because he got rejected from a job. I'm so tired. I just want someone to give him a break already. Someone else said, I've applied to 137 jobs and only got 2 interviews, both of which went nowhere. So this is Raider. I struggled for 4 months. Every marketing job I applied to had 60 plus applicants, small companies, big companies, it didn't matter. Had 70 plus phone interviews. I've had 500 in-person interviews. That includes over the phone interviews and also going to meet them in an office and or a location. I would say it's been half and half. Recently, I've stopped going out of my way to go places. I tell them I can't. No, I can't waste my gas. Y'all are just going to tell me no and waste my damn time. So he says, I had 70 plus phone interviews, 20 in person, 15 second interviews, still nothing. Remember, I told you guys there's some places that I interview at 2-3 times. And that's what he's saying. None of them still went anywhere, even after multiple interviews. So he says, I'm going back to a manual labor factory. I got hired, it says, in a week. My personal opinion is that the employment rate is false. Those who are employed are at jobs but are looking for something better. Otherwise, there is too much competition for the 3% unemployment rate. I did what I did because I was tired of the stress of going on multiple interviews a week and getting passed by. I have a degree and 12 years experience. What do you have to do to support your family? This was a year ago. Let's scroll down to some of the recent. Where's the guy that got kicked out of his place? There was a guy that got kicked out of his place. Hold on. Here's a person. Their name is called Deleted. I've applied to well over 1,500 jobs in the last year, so it's pretty bad. Someone called KGM 134. I got an unemployed internship. Hold on. I got an unpaid internship on LinkedIn, but still can't find a job yet. I asked my boss for a referral, and he ghosted me. Here's how I spent all this money in gas. So this is, I can't say it, never mind. They said, I quit my job to move to SoCal because my partner got an awesome job. I've applied to literally everything and then some. And I had one 5-minute interview that took me an hour to get ready and drive to. This is why I don't do in-person interviews anymore. It takes me an hour to get dressed. I have to go into the gym, and it's not as easy as just walking up to my bedroom and getting ready. I spend all this money getting ready, and then I make an hour drive into Winston-Salem or Greensboro or Kernersville or Martinsville or King, Charlotte, and I waste my time. I'm there for less than 5 minutes, and they wasted my time. So this person has dealt with that, and they said I had a 5-minute interview that took me an hour to get ready and drive to. I didn't even get a second interview. It's really tearing down my mental health because I don't have any money of my own to do the things that I love, pay my bills. She says my roots are grown out like 2 inches. My nails look like shit and I'm out of makeup. I know it's stupid, but it's just part of my self-care and I can't anymore. Yeah, girl, tell me about it. Let's go to some recent ones. Sorry. I keep getting stuck up on these people's stories. I mean, I knew it. I've been dealing with this myself for over a year. My criminal background has held me back since 2009 when I got charged with my felonies. It's held me back for years. But recently, the job market has been 10 times harder than anything I've ever experienced in my entire life. Hold on 1 second. I think this is when he got kicked out of his house. Yes. So apparently there was an article that I found. It says tech companies have laid off more than almost 500,000 people, 400,000 people in the past 2 years. Competition for jobs remain getting more, and it says that people are getting more and more desperate. Dozens of applications and interview hours spent tweaking resume, and a conference and a career fair turned Hunger Games. Finding a job in tech is a mess. If it's a mess in these high-end positions, imagine how it is at the service level industry. So this person said they graduated in college. This was like 9 months ago. Graduated college in May with a few years of seasonal work experience in retail, but I've been unemployed since the fall of 22. And we now know that unemployment has actually spiked. It's at 4 point something, 4.5, 4.3. I don't remember. 4.7. I don't remember. But people are being laid off. We don't have any new jobs coming into the market, and the jobs that are here are hard to get. Here's Tiny Werewolf. Here I am, same thing, been out of work since October. I apply for 25 jobs a day. Does anyone here have any good news to keep me hopeful tonight? So somebody says that this guy, the original poster, should get, somebody says, there's so much gig work available with day later pay, plenty of contractor apps working for a recruiter. You think you would know the ins and outs. And the guy replied, I've tried gig work and contractor apps. Great way to make $20. Need more than 20. Good point. That's like people telling me to go strip. Like, for what? For $20 a day? Like, you're literally taking your clothes off and dealing with horrible people. No, thank you. I'm good. I think I would rather starve. Like, seriously. I don't know why anybody thinks that that's a good idea, because it's not. I need to take my makeup off and find something to put on. I'm sweating really bad. Sweating. I need some makeup remover. It's kind of hot. I hope it cools off, because I can't be running my engine. So I think that we should go into the gym tomorrow at lunchtime. That's when it's booming. Yeah, I remember now. I couldn't remember when exactly it was booming, but it's lunchtime. That's when I went the last time. Where is my towel? Oh, I know where I set it, in the back seat. Where's a bottle of water? If you buy a car that looks like a cop car and then you want to ride my ass on the road, that makes you stupid as hell. Maybe you shouldn't have bought a cop car that makes me think you're the police, and then I wouldn't have to be slow poking. It's your own fault. They be out here in these, like, police cars, you know, like the Ford Explorers and stuff. And be riding your ass mad as hell because you're going 60 in a 55. Like, sorry, maybe if you were in a damn normal people car and I wasn't worried about you pulling me over, then I could get out your damn way. You did it to yourself. I look like a raccoon. Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to pop the hood and look in there and see if there's any animal. See if I can see something, y'all. For real, there's an animal. Every night when I crawl in the bed and I start dozing off, I'll listen to a podcast or I might be reading something. As soon as I doze off, that animal, when I stop moving, that animal crawls out of wherever it's hiding from in my engine, and it starts moving around trying to break in the car. Last night, it had to have been chewing on something, or either maybe it's probably pissing and shitting or something. I don't know. I just know that it's an animal. I don't know. I just know that my radio started, there was this loud noise. And I said, oh God, has it chewed something? It was something electrical. It made a loud noise and pop. And I had to stick the key in the engine to get it to stop and crank the truck. It's probably a damn raccoon, or if it's up at night and sleeping during the day, it's probably a raccoon. And it's big enough to shake this truck. So it's either a raccoon or a cat. I can feel the whole damn car moving. Damn thing be rocking and I can't even go to sleep because my bed is done turned into a damn boat. And, you know, I've been noticing it for a while, but I really just thought that it was wild animals in the area because I've been in the kind of same area, parking at the same, like, 4 spots for, like, few weeks. There ain't but damn 2 or 3 spots to go to in certain cities. Every city is different. I don't know. I just really want to not have the animal rocking on my car, and it's probably making it can ruin your car. It's dangerous as hell to have that thing. Still got mascara. Yep. It sounds like he's trying to break into my car in the middle of the night. Like, I can hear him start at the front of the car. I got something in my eye. I can hear him start at the front of the car. And he'll make his way all the way around the bottom of my vehicle. He's hanging. That's another reason it makes me think it's a raccoon, because I can tell he's hanging on the bottom of my car and moving around. Well, I guess that yogurt was dinner, because I'm not going to spend no money. I don't have no money to spend, so that was dinner. It's hot. I'm literally sweating to death. I got some in my eye. I want to be able to wake up early in the morning, get my schedule back on track at 3. I had a lot of work to do. That therapist today asked me, she's like, so what do you do with your time during the day? And I was like, what do you mean? Just because I don't have a job on paper don't mean I don't work, bitch. Like, for real, I literally spend 10 hours a day on the internet filling out job applications, fucking answering emails. Listen, I had an email from Chapel Hill from last year that needed my attention that I just got to, that they sent me last November. Is their Chapel Hill Care program or whatever. It's like I've had a file with them for like 30 years, and they needed me to update my personal information. I just got to that email today. What do you mean, what do I do with my time? I'm still like fixing 20 years of bad choices. What do you mean? It's like I guess people just have it so together they can't even understand how other people have certain tasks every day. You know, I have to get up and go to the grocery store at least once a day because I live out of my car. I got to wash laundry every other day. Speaking of which, I need to do that tomorrow. I don't even think I have quarters to do that. You know what? I'm not in the area for the cheap laundromat though. I got enough to do laundry tomorrow. So that's good. It has to be cash, and it also has to be turned into quarters. I don't have any quarters. What do you mean, what do I do with my time? And also, I'm typically in school right now. I can't this semester because I don't have a job. And I can't go to school if I'm not working. I was working 5 jobs last October. I was pulling in at least $1,000 a week between all of those jobs, if not more. And sometimes I would sell a piece of furniture from my shop and freaking, that would be a few grand right there. Typically a few $100s. It depends on what it was. The Amours sell really well. Old sofas that are one-of-a-kind design with wood and some kind of pattern are really in right now. Anything from the 60s and 70s, one-of-a-kind pieces, they sell really good. A lot of like hipsters, downtown Greensboro, historic district of Winston-Salem, they love those pieces. Anything that's unique. But it was mainly furniture that I was buying and reselling. And now I don't have a shop to even do that in. I can't refurbish shit. I don't even have money for materials. Well, I'm going to go get ready for bed. I hope y'all have a good night. Some dude said, I just walked out my job as a registered nurse. I wonder why. Why they got registered nurses just walking off the job? I thought healthcare was one of the best jobs.
All right. And just to give you guys some context, I did not count no narcotics. I did not receive any keys from anybody. And
I need a tea.
What else? I didn't do anything. So, like, I'm good. I did not abandon no patients. So I don't want you guys to think
Oh, he quit his job. He's explaining that he didn't abandon anybody.
Context and just more information about the entire story. I started a new job at a nursing home. And this job was supposed to be, a solid second job. They gave me a nice little per diem. But I knew something was off, man. Now, I work right now currently in the ICU. But I have nothing against the nursing homes. I was LPN at first. And if you want to just get like a money grab, if you want to just have like a solid job, I feel like the nursing home is a solid place to work at. But you got to get ready for the bullshit, man. From day one, on my orientation, guys, I haven't been in the nursing home environment for like 2 years. So I have no idea, I'm trying to get back into the flow of it. Like, I'm used to having 1 to 2 patients now, and they're throwing 40 patients at me. Don't get me wrong. I knew what I was up against, right? But
take that and times it by 5 when it comes to the service industry.
See how my first day of orientation, I pull up on the floor. I tell them my name, like, hey, I'm here for orientation.
So I'm looking for something.
First and foremost, I was on the wrong floor. They didn't know, they just sent me on, like, this one of the floors. And I was like, okay, I'm here for orientation. And the night nurse was like, oh, okay. And after 15 minutes, they're like, hey, so the nurses never showed up, so we're going to go. I'm like, okay, what do you mean we're going to go? Like, yeah, we're going to go. We're just going to leave the keys right here with you. And I looked at them like, huh? You mean the narcotics keys? Like, yeah, we'll just leave it right here. They'll be here shortly. And guys, that was egregious because I'm not used to that, guys. Like, you can't just leave the keys without counting with an oncoming nurse. Like, guys, I have my master's in leadership and management. I have experience being a supervisor, so I'm not dumb. And at that point, that was a big red flag. I was like, oh, hell no.
Not only that, that might be some kind of felony charge if he was to, y'all. This is what I'm talking. This type of behavior he's experiencing in the health, that is against the law. First, that's what he's trying to say. He's saying that these night nurses should have never left him with keys to narcotic medications. There's policy and procedure in rest homes, group homes. I know because I grew up in homes where they distributed medication, and it's specific. Yeah, this is crazy. He's smart to get out of there when he recognizes the red flags. He's smart to quit this damn job because these people were probably about to put him through the damn ringer.
I'm responsible for, on the floor, there's at least 50 patients. So I was, at that moment, on my first day of orientation, I was responsible for 50 patients. Guys, the nurses didn't come until 20 minutes later. My shift started at 7, and I'm telling you, it was like 7:40. They finally showed up. Night shift left, and for 40 minutes, I was responsible for 50 patients on my first day of orientation. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. There's people coming up to the desk telling me, "Oh, where's my meds? Where's this? Where's that?" Bro, I don't know. And what's worse is I didn't get no type of report on these patients. I don't know what's going on. And it's a brand new system. I used to work at that same exact job, but they have a brand new system now, so I don't even know how to use their system. Guys, I thought this story was going to get better. No, it gets worse. So finally, the staffing coordinator comes upstairs, like, "Hey, are you Junior Gabriel?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Junior Gabriel." So she tells me, "Oh, you're actually not going to be on this floor. You're going to be on another floor." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." At this point, I didn't care. I just wanted out because so many people were coming up to me and trying to talk to me and ask for help. And I was just embarrassed that I didn't know what to do. And
The
so
old
I was
people's
just like,
home.
whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let me just go to the second floor, the other floor they want me to go on. So I go on the other floor, and immediately the other nurse who I was supposed to be shadowing, wherever the case is, she wasn't there. And they go, "Oh, since he's been here before, like, 2 years ago, have him do the blood sugars." I'm like, "What? Have me do the blood sugars? Who are the diabetics? Who are the pre-diabetics? I don't know.
You don't know.
I didn't even get a report, guys. Now I'm on a brand new floor, and the person I'm supposed to be shadowing is telling me to do the blood sugars. Guys, I'm like, what? I go in there, and now I'm looking for, it's like almost 8 o'clock at this point, and now the night nurse is roaming around, and I'm like, hold up, I don't even know who they are. And I'm walking, I said hi, and we're passing each other, and I don't know, this guy's clueless. He comes up to me, hold up, are you the nurse? Can I give a report? I was like, "No, I'm on training." I'm like, whoever the name is of
It's my first
shadow
day.
tells me I'm supposed to do the blood sugars. And I said, "Oh, I don't know who the blood sugars are." And then I asked him, like, "Hold up, weren't you the night nurse?" I'm like, "What were you doing this entire time if you don't know what the blood sugars are?" I'm like, "Gosh, let me not bring my parents or anybody to this nursing home because this nursing home is crazy right now." And he goes, "It's different between night and days." So I was like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know that miraculously their diabetes get cured at night and it comes back during the day." So I was just trying to figure it out. Like, what's that? Type 4 diabetes? It just disappears at night, so you don't have to worry about their whatever. I'm not even trying to complain. So I said, "All right, let me just go to the desk." I'm like, "Yo, I know I'm getting to a little bag here. Let me not complain." I said, "Can you just print out the census for me?" The guy prints out the census. No, he didn't know how to. So I just waited. I just sat there and waited. It was 8:15 at this point. The preceptor showed up finally. Shift starts at 7 o'clock. I'm sitting here. She's like, "Okay, so can you just do me a favor? You're welcome back, blah, blah, blah." Trying to give me small talk. But here, do these blood sugars. I'm like, "Okay." I'm not trying to complain. Yes, I know how to do a finger stick. I've been a nurse for 7 years. I know how to do vitals.
I can do
So
that.
she had me doing finger sticks and vitals. Meanwhile, I didn't even log in yet to see if my name is even active in the system. So I'm like, "Wait, can I just log in to try to log in?" And like, they give me a fake password at first, and then I'm like, "All right, I have to change that fake password and put my new password." I'm just like, okay, trying to learn the damn system myself. Next thing you know, guys, I was basically a PCA, like a CN. I was just a helping hands nurse, basically. She had me doing her vitals. She had me doing her finger sticks. And then, guys, I'm telling you, it was ridiculous. The shift is from 7 to 3. So she was just passing meds, and I was just helping her out, doing vitals for the entire floor, about 40 patients. And then after that, I said, "All right, it's 12 o'clock. I'm hungry at this point." I'm like, "I got to go to lunch." We take an hour lunch. And I actually went to lunch around.
This is important. If you ever start working somewhere and they got some funny food rules, they don't want you eating at all within like an 8-hour shift, run for the hills.
12:30ish. So I go to lunch, and I was just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Sitting there, and I'm praying. I'm saying, "God, like, I know I wanted the second job. I know I'm here. Like, I have no problems going back to the nursing home. I have no problem working anywhere, but this is looking crazy. Let me know if you want me to be here." Guys, I go back at 1:30, and when I tell you this was just a whole bunch of foolishness, I go back, and she goes, "Oh, so I'll tell you the people who to give meds to, like the people I did, the people I didn't do." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" Because on the electronic more, it's showing me all the meds that I have to give, but she, "Oh, no, don't worry. They got their meds already." And I was like, "We're doing this, huh?" Guys, we have nurses who's giving their meds, like, I hate to say it, some nursing home nurses, they be giving their meds from for the day. Like, oh, don't worry. They got their Coumadin already. I'm like, they got their Coumadin. Isn't that an evening medication? They're just giving anything and everything. And I'm just like, wait, so you want me to give these 3 meds? Oh, yeah, just give this. And she gave me a contraction, whatever that thing is in a cup.
They don't even know what they're prescribing.
Give this to that patient there of the G-tube. I'm like, what is in here? What? Guys, I felt like my license was in jeopardy.
Because it is, baby.
I just said, you know what? I'm already here and I'm not trying to argue. Let me just do what I gotta do. It was about
That's how it is. You're too far in.
I felt really uncomfortable because some meds she told me I gave already. Don't worry about this. I gave that. And I'm just like, it's not showing like that on the MAR. On the MAR, it's showing that it should be done here, there, and there. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. And notice I'm not saying no names of where I'm working, whatever the case is, because JCO might be watching. This is the ones that might just go viral. But whatever. JCO, if you see this, I did right by leaving. I wanted no parts. And anyways, let me get back to the story. I just gave the meds, and obviously I was late, right? So I'm used to being, like, I'm an ICU nurse, like I said. I only have 1 to 2 patients, so I'm, like, slow. My dumb ass is out here doing my ICU assessments, doing head-to-toe assessments, and I'm taking forever, guys. The shift ends at 3, and we are going to 3:20 and, like, 3:30, and I'm still not done giving meds because I'm here doing head-to-toe assessments, making sure these patients are good. Now, mind you guys, I never got trained on how to use the system. This is a brand new system. I don't know who do I have to document on? Who do I not document on? How do I document? Do they mind how I document for my other job? Because, like, this is crazy because I'm going to be snitching on my documentation. Because we got bed sores and we got a whole bunch of people who need to go.
This man is my spirit animal.
Right? And I'm looking at my documentation, people saying that these temperatures are afebrile, and we got people here who's sick. So I'm out here I'm like, damn, I'm about to report this to the state. And I'm out here just like, no, this is looking crazy.
Do it.
Then the evening shift come, and she's like, can I get the keys? I'm like, I'm not done. And she was like, oh, okay, but can I get report at least? I'm like, yo, I'm on orientation, don't you? I'm like, at this point, guys, I wasn't trying to be sassy or rude or anything like that.
You're over it.
I was at my wit's end. And I was like, hey, this is my first day of orientation. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best. And she's like, oh, okay, can I get a report, though? I'm like, report? All I have is these 10 names right here. I'm trying to figure out their history. I'm trying to figure out if they're diabetic or not diabetic. I'm trying to figure out if they have type 4 diabetes, the one that disappeared at night. She was just like, oh, it's all right. I'll go to the other nurse.
And the diabetes that disappears at night.
I'm supposed to be shadowing. She comes back and she's like, okay, do you know anything about that? I'm like, no, I don't. Guys, at this point, I was just on, like, I had to tap into my LPNDs. I was on my pop, 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 pop. I checked my vitals. My patients were good. I was pill popping. I was pill popping. Like, pop, 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 pop. Guys, I tapped into that mode, bro, and I was done. Everything was done right. By this time, it was 4 o'clock. Guys, when I went back to the desk, tell me how my preceptor had her bag. Like, you had a good day? I was like, I had a good day. Wait, you're not going to teach me how to document? You're not going to teach me the notes? You're not going to teach me? Oh, no. I got to go. I'll show you next time. You know already. You know, go.
Welcome to the medical field. This is the truth.
Punched out, confused, man. I felt abused. I'm like,
you were.
What just happened?
You were abused.
What just happened?
Babe, you were abused. I don't give a fuck if it's the workplace. If somebody is mistreating you, and yes, babe, you were put in a position to lose your license. Absolutely. That's not something to play with. One of them patients die. Oh, honey, you going to be in handcuffs because your employer put you in a horrible position. But you best believe that employer is not going to have your back when you're going under for freaking medical malpractice or something, you know? I mean, it's crazy, but who is this guy? This name is Fritz Gabriel. Fritz Gabriel. Y'all, I'm subbing. He's only got 5,000 subscribers. First of all, the reason that I like him is because he's immediately honest about everything that he went through. He could get in a lot of trouble but he didn't say no names. He's not out here doxing his employer. What he's doing is saying that this is highly illegal. This is putting people's life in danger. I should have never been given keys to narcotics. This is crazy. he said that they didn't even know which patients had diabetes and which other patients didn't have diabetes. She's telling him to do blood work on these patients to give them a finger prick to see what their sugar level is. And he doesn't even have a chart that tells him which patients are diabetic and which patients are not. That's a huge problem. Also, he said that he had to spend hours trying to figure out which patients were diabetic and which ones weren't. Here, let's just finish it.
So I was scheduled to go to work today, and I prayed about it. I said, God, I'm going to go.
Don't go, Fritz.
The staff coordinator goes, you're good. You don't need any more. I heard you're doing your thing. You don't need any more days of orientation. I was like, all right. You know, she was gassing me up with the text, so I was like, I guess I'm good. Whatever. I'll show up. So I got up this morning, and I showed up, and I was getting ready to show out. On the app, it tells you where you're gonna be. So I went to the floor, and guys, my name was not on the floor for medications. They had me for treatments. So I did not take no keys. I didn't see no patients. I didn't see nothing, guys. All I seen was that actually they didn't even know where I was. They told me to go back downstairs to go to where the staff. Everybody don't know where nothing is, right?
When I tell you, so nobody knows how to do their job. Nobody knows shit.
I seen my name for treatments for 60 patients. I didn't do any orientation on treatments. And the reason why 60 patients is because it's basically, I had to do 2 floors. I guess they don't have much treatments on the weekends, but to be responsible for documenting on 60 patients under my license that I worked hard for, and I never got trained one day on treatments, I'm going to tell you something, man.
In the medical field, they're not even training people.
I was like, hey, to be completely honest with you right now, I'm sick. I just threw up. I forgot to throw up. I said, give me a second. Guys, I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling good. To be honest, I got to go home. She was like, and then she tells me, you didn't know you were sick on the way here? Guys, automatically that got me livid. I was tight. I said, I just want to let you know, when you're looking for me, I won't be on the floor. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, for real. Deuces.
I hung up. I went right to the time clock. I walked out.
Good. At least you still got your medical license, honey. At least you can still, okay? At least you can still practice medicine and find somewhere else to work. You did the right thing. How many views this got? This got 100. This was 11 days ago, and it blew up. It got 150,000 views. Good for you, because a lot of people would have stayed there and been distributing medication without the rights to do so, and that is nothing to play with. He said that he noticed that nighttime medications were being given to patients during the day. That's a huge problem. I'll tell you why they do that, though. To knock the patient out. It's typically like an Ativan or something that would Depakote that makes you sleepy, Seroquel that makes you sleepy. So if they give the people not Depakote, Seroquel, if they give that patient that during the day, it's going to knock that patient out. They're not going to have to deal with that patient. So it puts them to sleep. That's exactly why they would do that. Sounds like medical malpractice to me. Someone said, folks, the healthcare system in this country is under severe stress, needs a complete overhaul. Absolutely. There's no reason that it should be $6,000, $1,000, $600 to get a damn ride in the back of an EMS ambulance. There's no reason. This lady says, Quana Harrison, I'm a nursing home administrator. This man is telling no lies. I told an elderly patient that I'd given 2 weeks notice. She said, yeah, all the good ones leave. Lasted 3 months as an LPN. Had a patient come in late on Friday with multiple medical problems and no oxygen ready for her, no equipment that she needed, and 0 medication. She was in severe pain and had nothing to give her. It's all about money just to get the patient in the door, and nobody cares. Amen. That's mental health services. That's addiction services. That's been my experience in the past 4 years since I got sober. I've did it all on my own. Every single bit of it. Asking for any help has only led to them trying to put me on other medications. Serious medication. Xanax. A deadly medication. Addictive medication. That's the type of medication you get strung out on that, and then you're around the corner doing all kinds of stuff just to get your damn Xanax, okay? No, thank you. So somebody says, I feel you. On my second day of orientation, a charge nurse walked up to me and handed me 2 syringes to give to a patient, IMS. I asked her what the heck she was giving me that to do, why she was giving me that to do. She said, oh, you give it IMS. I said, I don't give meds that I did not pull myself. Never went back. I worked too hard for my license to get caught up in that. We have options. That's what I'm saying. There's policy and procedure. When these nurses pull medicine out of a medicine box, they actually have to put in their credentials. Like they have to it has to be registered in the computer that they were the nurse that pulled that medication and distributed that medication. The reason that we have that is to ensure that anyone that dies or anything, we can figure out who did it. Okay. So also I'm sure there's other reasons that they pull meds and it has to be logged in the system as a certain nurse giving that medication. What this person is saying is that there was a higher up of hers that came up to her and gave her medicine to distribute to a patient. And she said, hell no, I'm not doing that. I didn't pull that medication. I didn't log that medication. That's not my medication to give to anyone. I'm not doing that. And she said that she never went back. I mean, if misuse of medication is this common in the medical field, imagine what else is common in the medical field. Abuse, neglect. We all know that it happens in rest homes and youth development centers. These children mental hospitals, they harm these children. They restrain these children and harm these children. It's not a light thing. Hopping them up on all kinds of medications before their frontal cortex is even fully developed. That's not smart. I told that therapist today that I talked to, I said, I feel like I'm going through all of the healing and hard work that I should have done when I was a kid. I said, but they put me on medication until I was like 18, maybe 16 years of age. I said, if I would have had that time as a child to process all of the pain and grief and guilt and shame that I was going through as a child, if I would have had time to process that and they wouldn't have put me on heavy duty medications that made me forget half of my childhood, I might not have ended up as an adult in my current situation. I said, medication is the last thing I need. I don't need to cover up anything anymore. I got clean for a reason. And that includes mental health medications because that stuff is the devil. Anything that you are physically addicted to is not good for you. So this person says, when I finished nursing school, I had a nurse tell me, you will fight to protect your license every single day of your life. She was absolutely correct. I tell every single new nurse this, never do anything that you're not comfortable doing. Do not apologize for it. Just say, I'm not comfortable with that. If pressed, you can throw in for patient safety. Hold on. My aunt was a nurse for 40 years, 30 years at the hospital, and 10 years at the county jail after she retired. She would not go to the hospital or see a doctor. She lived to the age of 83 and not taken any prescriptions since she took some antibiotics when she had a tooth pulled back in the 1980s. She said she saw too much craziness in the medical profession. She did not trust it. Wow. A medical professional who worked in the field for 40 years, 30 years, and 10 of those years, 40 years, 10 of those years was at the jail. That's the worst place when it comes to the medical field. You have no rights as an inmate, 0 rights as an inmate. The rain's coming. Look, somebody said what I said. They said, honey, if you feel abused, that's because you were abused. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm saying. When somebody is, and that's another thing, you notice how he said that the reason he didn't quit because he was already there and he already said he was going to be there. I feel like that's why I stayed at the restaurant. I felt obligated. I knew I needed the job to pay my bills, and I knew that it was necessary for me to have a job, and I was desperate, and I knew how hard it had been for me to get a job. The only reason they hired me was because I was pretty. I walked in there and asked if they were hiring. They said they were looking for a bartender. I'm going to go ahead and change clothes since it's raining. I'm going to let this rain die down and change some clothes. I feel bad for this guy. Once again, that's Fritz Gabriel. He seems funny. He does. He seems funny. Good for him. The video is called "I Just Walked Out of My New Job as a Registered Nurse." If we got people out here quitting jobs like that because of all of the inconsistency, drama, and BS that's in the medical profession, imagine how it is in the food service. And I've been applying to jobs in retail, food service, all kinds of different places. It's not just being food service. Anything and everything. As long as it doesn't ask for a degree or some kind of specific certification, I apply. Oh, God. Ugh, damn it. Ugh. What do I have to wear? Probably nothing off the floor. Don't want nothing off the floor. Fan. I'm hoping it cools off because I'm already going through all this gas already. A quarter of a tank is already gone. What is that? Oh, that's a skirt. That's what I'm going to put on. That'll be comfortable. Hold on one second. Damn it. Ugh. I know exactly why I can't get a job, and it's going to be like this for forever. As long as my criminal record looks like it does, I'm probably not going to be able to find anything. And hell, a lot of the places that I apply to, even if they hired me, it wouldn't help. It would actually probably cause me more problems financially. That one place that wanted to hire me as a dishwasher but have me sometimes bartend, he was only going to pay me $7 an hour. After taxes, I would have only got $5, maybe $15. And freaking, that's not enough to even pay for the gas to get there. Not only is it not enough to cover the gas that gets there, but he sounded like he was trying to scam me. That's a scam. That is an absolute scam. For them to say, oh yeah, we're going to hire you as a dishwasher, but sometimes I need you to bartend, but you won't get any tips from that. What? So you want a bartender, but you don't want the bartender to keep her tips. It's fucked up. I wonder who they got to fill that guy's position. Because the nursing field is short on staff. Where's the top to this? We're about to go use the bathroom. Oh, not on this computer. I need to use the bathroom before bed and get everything ready for bed. We'll talk. I hope y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out there. I gotta drive through this rain. Hopefully my tires don't take me off the damn road. Hopefully not. I'm also going to charge my computer. I hope y'all have a good one. We'll catch up in a little while. I got to use the bathroom and we'll put my window covers up. It's only 7:30, but it feels so later, and I'm trying to get in the bed as soon as possible. If I can get laid down by 8 o'clock, that would be great. Finally, put my earplugs in and get ready for bed. Damn, this rain. I can barely see over the dash when it's raining like this. Y'all be safe. We'll talk soon.